Diane in Denmark here. Let me just get the timer running. 5-minute talk about what we're going to be doing for day 3 of our 5-day self-care challenge. Now, yesterday I mentioned doing something physical for yourself, and I know a lot of you thought I meant, physical running. And I loved seeing your pictures on Instagram. If you're not on Instagram with us yet, go and take a look, because people were doing their toenails and their fingernails and doing all sorts of stuff, and it was just great to see that just after a couple of days you're bringing yourself back into focus. That's all we're doing here, is instead of being that kind of, we've kind of lost our mojo along the way and lost our woohoo moments. We're just taking some tiny steps to the little self-care things, just tiny steps to bring ourselves back into focus, because the problem is we're always one who are kind of volunteering. I know that a lot of you are like me, like whenever I go to a school meeting now, I have to sit with my hands underneath my buhuki, because otherwise I'll volunteer for that. So we've got to step back and volunteer to look after ourselves for a wee bit, so we can, just, as I said, just bring ourselves back into focus. Anyway, today's mission, should you choose to accept it, today is the physical one. It's anti-procrastination day, and I know you're all going to say, oh no, I don't want to do it. But believe me, you need to have a little bit of physical exercise in your day. Now, I'm not talking about running a marathon and buying a pogo stick and going out rollerblading or coming skinny dipping with me. I'm saying you just, I've mentioned this before, you set your timer for 5 minutes, and if possible, get outside. If you can't get outside, just walk in place or walk around your house. But, and if you have small kids, get them bundled up. It looks like summer outside here today in Copenhagen, but it's freezing cold. It's a really cold wind. Anyway, get yourselves bundled up. If it's really nice and hot and sunny where you are, remember to take a water bottle with you. Set your timer for 5 minutes, or 7.5 minutes is the ideal one. And then you just walk out the door, walk for 7.5 minutes, and when the timer goes off, you just walk back home, and bam, you've got a little bit of exercise and hopefully some fresh air. And don't, I know we sometimes resist this because we think, well, I don't have the time. And I really want to lay a bit of guilt on you and say, do you have the time to ignore yourself? Really, do you really think that you can go on ignoring yourself? I mean, I'm really reaching out to here. You cannot go on and on and on and, running yourself ragged. You've got to take some time for yourself, because when you take a wee bit of time for yourself, it gives you that renewed energy, and that's what I want, to give back to you. If you've lost your little oomph and joie de vivre and whatever you want to call it, you've really got to take 5 minutes for yourself, just 5 minutes. And as I said, take the kids along and get outside and have a look at the trees, what's growing on the hedgerows, or what's happening outside. Just five minutes on the timer, and then 5 minutes back home, and you've done it. And I used to go running a lot with Helena and Vibeke. And there were mornings that I really didn't feel like going, but I never came home and said, oh, I wish I hadn't gone for that run. You always feel good when you come back home and say, oh, I'm really glad I did it. Even if I don't want to, I feel 100 times better. Anyway, that was your mission for today. And the other mission, which I know will also be is get to bed early. Okay? Now, and early, that can be... it's different things for different people, but I love getting to bed and taking a good book with me, putting some cream on my feet and putting a wee pair of socks on, and I feel like, I feel like a film star, and then I've got, the kind of beauty mask thing on it. That's how I feel when I try and get to bed early. So see if you can do that as well. And I'm going to keep it short, because I did say 5-minute videos, and let me know how you're getting on down below in the comments. So anyway, as usual, live long and prosper. May the Danish sugar be with you. I hope you have a fantastic day today, Anti-Procrastination Day, Wednesday, and I shall see you tomorrow for day 4 of our challenge. Okay, see you very soon.